How lovely.
It was an amazing project. Thanks for joining us today. Please share with us the OIS way of education and the philosophy of the school.
So our philosophy is captured in our vision and mission statement. So we have it everywhere at the school. I have one right here. So it's very short. The vision is very short. It's freedom to be. I should know that. It's freedom to think, empowered to be, and that's really summarizes everything we do. So we encourage our students to be what they want to be. We want them to think freely. We want to teach them how to think, not what to think. And we also, everything we do is driven by our vision. And we also have basic core values that are on the other side of the form. And so it's knowledge, social responsibility, respect, creativity, and celebration. And the cool thing about mission and our core values is that the student body and the teachers, we all came up with this as a community. So there is 100% buy-in. And when we take our students, when we admit students into the school, we speak with both children, age appropriate obviously, and the parents to make sure that they buy into what we do, into our philosophy. So that's important to us. And sometimes we deny admission based on just that. If people don't buy into what we do, then we think it's not a good fit for the school, even if the academics are fine and everything else is fine. So to us, this is much more important than everything else.
Sure. The aligning of everybody's
Of the philosophy and the vision, yeah.
Can you tell us about the training provided for teachers in school and how frequent are those trainings?
We provide professional development all the time. It's ongoing. We probably twice a year, at least, we have professional development that's in large groups for the entire faculty. And sometimes we break it up into secondary and primary because they have different ideas. We usually try to do one at the beginning of the school year and then another one throughout the school year somewhere. But we also invest a lot in personalized training. So the teachers go and get trained for the subject areas, for the age group they teach, and not just that, but also for modern approaches to education, pedagogy, methodology. We also send them to trainings that right away they don't appear to be relevant, but they are. Like we just sent a few teachers to training on metacognition and how that relates to education. So on planning, on everything. So we have, I'd say, any given year we have about good 60% of our teachers attend some sort of a training. So, and over the course of 3 years, we have everyone attending a training constantly. So, yeah, we spend about anywhere between 6 to 8% of our annual budget on teacher training. That's quite high number.
That's high.
Yeah.
Yes, that's really good to know. With the special needs children, what is the support you all provide in the Oberoi International School?
What we have a program that's called SSP, which stands for Student Success Program, because we see, as our mission says, that we want every child to reach their potential and to be successful. Potential is different for everyone, and so the children with special needs also have potential. We just need to help them to reach that potential. Identify what it is, where the ceiling, and try to get them there. And learning disability is such a thing that it's something that you live with. It's not something that could be cured or goes away. So what we see our program doing is giving those children and their families tools to cope with disability, to figure out how to work around it and live with it and still be successful. Because in today's world, in history, there's millions of examples of people who became outstanding everything, scientists, politicians, whatnot, who had disabilities. So we employ that philosophy, trying to give children with disabilities the tools that they need to succeed, not just to survive, but to succeed in this world. So, and we, again, we take students with disabilities that we know, we diagnose our own, so we have a referral system, so if teachers see something that comes to the surface, and so we look into it, we bring in the family, so it's a joint effort of a team of teachers, of experts, this SSP teachers, Student Success Program teachers, who work with the children, and involving all the teachers who work with this particular child and the family, and of course the child, it's him or herself. Sure. Is a big part. So it's quite a comprehensive program that we have.
That's really nice. Yes.
So we again, it's not always, the school is pretty young, but the program has developed in the last 4 years. So 4 years ago we had 2 teachers. Now we have around 17 teachers working with children from early years to grade 12. So.
And the qualifications of these teachers, you would look at the qualifications they've had previously, and then you would give, there would be some training right in the beginning?
Unfortunately, this is one of the learning disabilities, and the training, teacher training in India for that is not all that adequate. So all our teachers have credentials, but what we find out that those credentials are not enough, and they're not covering what needs to be covered in this day and age. So we invest quite a bit in bringing them up to speed through various conferences, professional group discussions, sending them to various workshops. But so we pretty much train our own. So we do have people. We have some foreign hires who fortunately already come with expertise, so they do a lot of in-house training. Sure. And we actually planning to working together with Gateway School, which is here in Mumbai. We just had them visit here, and we visited them, and there's a lot of ways we can collaborate that we're going to put that plan in action next year.
That's excellent. Yes, I have been to that school. It's a fabulous school.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know about what would be your message to the parents today of given the situation and the way things are changing in the education field. What's your message to them?
My message to the parents would be that think progressively, because what parents tend to do, they want their children to be educated in a progressive way, but they keep referring to the way they were educated, which is so. And what I could say is this, maybe a cliche statement, but saying if we're going to teach the children for the future the ways we were educated in the past, we're depriving them of the future. So we have to change the way that and we are changing. And so because it's foreign, because it's different, because it's not what people know, it's scary. And parents are afraid of it. So my message is don't be afraid. Yeah. And embrace the change, embrace progressive education, and success will come for the children, because they will be very different than we are. As they say that, I mean, most jobs, 70% of the jobs that exist today and are very popular, we didn't even know 15 years ago. At the brink of the millennium, these jobs didn't exist. Now they do. So it's if we're preparing for the future, we need to think of the future, not of the past.
Not of the past, yes. And if you had a magic wand to change something in the education system, from the education system angle, not from the parental angle now, so how would you, what would you create for the education system to hand over to the education world?
I think it's I would create, if we take it in India,
Yeah.
I would say that a completely different teacher training program, because children will succeed no matter what. They will do what we want them to do. But the people who are guiding their learning need to be on the same page where the children are, need to be able to do that. So the teacher program, there's a lot of people who are enthusiastic about it. They want to do it. They want to bring about the change, and they go and they receive their bachelor's in education, master's in education. But the training that they're getting are far from adequate, and that's the key. So we need to, looking here, we have a lot of teachers who have credentials, and we have to retrain all of them because their training is so far out of date that it's just not. So if we want to change education, we need to change the people who are charged with education, with delivering it,
Right.
not with the people who are in charge, or like me, like I sit in the office and walk around, but the people who are in the trenches, who are in front of the children day in and day out, they need to be up to speed. And if I were to change anything, I would just change that, because there are plenty of people with energy, hopes, dreams. They just need to be educated properly themselves so they can deliver it to our children.
And they need to be channeled and
Yeah.
directed
Absolutely.
through that. Thank you so much.
All right.
I think this was fabulous to learn about the school, and it's been an excellent experience. As a parent and a teacher myself, I would love to come here and study again. Thank you.
Please do. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
All right.